Happy Friday, everybody! How you doing? Welcome to a new, awesome, amazing episode of the Fried Pod. Don't eat Tide Pods. Listen to the Fried Pod. And I am your host, John to the air horn reap. Oh, we might have to get rid of that. Anyway, listen. It's a new toy. I got it at Party City. It's 99 cents. I got at least a nickel left in that thing. New look here. New look. We're on YouTube as well. For you listeners who have already subscribed to me on SoundCloud or Apple Music, thank you for doing that. But I also want you to know I'm also visible. You can also look at me with your eyeballs. I'm on YouTube now. That's right. Fried Pod also went to the video. So you can go to my YouTube page, all right, and subscribe. And all the Fried Pods are now going to be moving forward. All the Fried Pods will now be on YouTube, as well as, you know, if you just want to listen to me, you can just stick with what you're doing. I'm just saying there's more options. Stop yelling at me. What's your problem? Thank you. What's new? Are you having a good Friday? Man, I am. I tell you what. The weekend is almost here. Isn't that great? Couple things in this episode. This is episode 91. And basically what we're going to do here, I'm going to do two things. One, we're going to do some new readings from John's journal. Yeah, that's pretty embarrassing, aren't you? That's pretty brave that I'm doing this. I'm a hero. We're going to read from John's journal, two new excerpts. And also, I'm going to play you guys an interview I did with Chet Waterhouse. That's right. Chet Waterhouse is a character that was made up by Jeff Cesario, a very funny comedian. He has his own podcast in character, so I'm sorry I'm breaking the third wall here. But his character, Chet Waterhouse, is like a sports announcer, you know, but he's off the rails. He's joke, and very funny. And so when I was out there in Los Angeles promoting my new album, Ginger Pain, what, you didn't know about that? How could you not know? It's on this channel. It's on YouTube. It's on SoundCloud. It's everywhere. Ginger Pain. Google it whenever you're ready. It's free. It's there for you when you're ready. So anyway, I was out there in Los Angeles promoting Ginger Pain. Did lots of podcasts. This was one of them I did. And I said, dude, I'd like to get you on my podcast. He goes, done. Here, take this file. So basically, this episode is going to be my interview on Chet Waterhouse's podcast called Play with Pain. Whew, that's a mouthful. But it's funny. He's funny. You'll enjoy it. Enjoy that. But first, let's do John's journal, huh? Got it right here. Look at this. I'm glad we're on YouTube now because now, I mean, I don't know if you can see this. Let me know if you want it closer or further from the camera, Alan. You tell me. Right here. Look at this. John's journal. Two of them right here. We're going to read two entries from my journal back in 1989 or 90. Can't remember which one this was. But, you know, I've said it before. I'll say it again. At the beginning of each class, English class, my junior and senior year, I think. It's a little fuzzy. Teacher made us write a journal. 10 minutes every day, write whatever is in your head on a piece of paper. It could be a poem, a poem. It could be a journal, whatever, you know. You could draw a picture, although I think she didn't say that. Anyway, my mom found them when I was moving stuff, and now I'm going to read them. So here we go. Here is... let's see, which one do we want to do first? Okay, okay. This one's called Another Fight. Yeah. All you people discovering me from Joe Rogan's podcast, I know you love that MMA. Here's one for you called Another Fight. Yeah. I saw another fight at lunch today. A guy got hit, and on the ground he lay. He got back up and hit his face, took off and ran, then began the chase. He ran down the hall. He ran all around. Then finally, from nowhere, he got knocked down. He looked back up to see who it was. It turned out to be the other guy's cousin. Doesn't that's it. That's the whole poem. So there you go. Saw lots of fights growing up. So that must have happened that day. I must have thought like, well, here's another one in the hall. And I actually knew a guy named Sean Settlemeyer that we all called Cuz. So I bet you Cuz, maybe it was Chad Maynor who got in this fight, because Chad Maynor and Sean Settlemeyer were cousins. But actually, Sean Settlemeyer was everybody's cousin. They just called him Cuz. You know why? Cuz. That's the first entry. How about that? Here's another one. John's Journal. All right. Now, this one actually, as you can see, there's a little bit of explanation at the end of it. And I know the listeners on SoundCloud are like, no, John, I can't see. That's because you're not on the YouTube. You got to go check out the YouTube. Then you can see what I'm talking about. Here we go. John's Journal. And look, Alan, I actually wrote my name at the top. Just in case. And at the bottom. All right. So my name is on here 3 times. Here's the title. Well, no, sorry. John's Journal. Here we go. Sorry. I like backyard softball. That's my sport. Especially. All right, this is so stupid. Gosh. All right, hang on. I'm laughing at how dumb and simple I was. I mean, I'm not. Listen, yes, I'm still simple, but I was simpler. Okay, hang on. And mind you, I didn't prepare this stuff. This is like, she said, just write whatever. And I just, I came up with this on the spot in 10 minutes. A complete work of art. All right, here we go. John's Journal. I like backyard softball. That's my sport, especially when I hit the carport. I swing as hard and as fast as I can. And when it connects, I know I'm a man. It flies over the trees and through the kid's fort. It zooms right into my neighbor's carport. And then that's the whole poem. And then here's an explanation for it. I wrote this at the end. This poem I wrote because every time my friends and I play a game of backyard softball, I usually always end up hitting it in my neighbor's carport. John Reap. Isn't that great, man? Isn't that awesome? It's a little embarrassing, but it's also kind of cute. Like I'd like to hang out with a 17-year-old me. I talked about this in the last podcast or the time before. At one of them, go listen to all of them. Because I didn't always complete all of these. Sometimes I would write it, and then the time would run up, and you just have to turn it in and put your pencil down, and that was it. So a lot of these are incomplete. I thought a funny, interesting, social, dynamic gimmick thing to do would be to read you the beginning of a poem that I wrote at 17 or 18 years old. Then I finish it as a 47-year-old. What's that going to be called? What would y'all name that segment? Think of it. Think of it and email me sometime. I'd love to hear what you think. Email me at johnreep@gmail.com, JONREEP@gmail.com. Let me know your thoughts, man. And don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share to this podcast. Now sit back and listen and enjoy my interview with Chet Waterhouse.
Now, finally, it's talk time. My guest today, hilarious stand-up and actor whose new special, Ginger Pain, streaming now, virtually every streaming service, whatever the hell that means. I'll ask my statman Jimmy to explain that. From 800-pound Gorilla Records, John Reep. John, how are you today?
Good, Chet. Thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be here.
Oh, man, that's awesome, because, a lot of people aren't. Now, the first thing I try to do is I try to guess the athletic body type.
Of course.
Of my guest. And you have the body type of the guy who runs that Colorado Buffalo out onto the field before the game, before the college football game.
Oh,
you have like a crazy, you have a hidden athletic talent, and then crazy eyes.
That's what it is. The bull gets distracted with the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
In case it goes rogue, has nowhere to go.
No.
Doesn't know which way to run. I give it the old juke with the crazy eyes.
Yeah.
We're back to normal.
Plus, what's Colorado? 40,000 kids go to school there. They get them all in the stadium, and they go, all right, who wants to run the bull out?
Yeah, yeah.
And you're the kind of guy who just goes, yeah,
I got it. Yeah.
I got it.
It's not, well, actually, I've actually been kicked out of a Carolina Panthers football game once for dancing in the end zone.
Now, how did that happen? I heard about that.
Yeah. So back in 95, when the Carolina Panthers first came into the NFL, they played their home games in Clemson, South Carolina. Death Valley, which is a big stadium.
Which was, at that point in time, pretty much just Wounded Valley.
Yeah, it wasn't
They
totally
weren't doing
dead.
too well. College team, wasn't it?
No, that's true. Yeah,
Like
it wasn't doing
Band-Aid
well.
Valley.
Band-Aid Valley, yes.
But then the Panthers.
Panthers came into the NFL. They played their home games there, and before their stadium was built. Long story short, me and my friends were excited. We finally had an NFL team. We go. We're drinking in the parking lot.
Sure.
We get the cheap seats. Yes, we are fully wounded, inebriated, and we go into the game. Every time out, they'd play music. And I'd get in my seat and start dancing like an idiot. And that would get bigger and bigger. So, like, the crowd looking at me would grow with each time out. Be like, what's that idiot doing, And so, finally, the mascot of the Carolina Panthers, Sir Purr.
Sir Purr. Oh, that can't go wrong. Yeah, that's...
Most feared mascot in all of the NFL.
Sure.
Sir Purr. Yeah. He's been knighted, apparently.
Apparently.
Sir Purr.
Somebody had the guts to take a 14-foot sword to his shoulders.
That's right.
So get bit in the crotch.
Sir Purr, he sees me dancing, right? And he's like, he waves me out onto the field to dance with him. And before I can say yes or no, my friends throw me over the fence.
Sure.
I fly in the air. I pop up on the 5-yard line. Crowd's going nuts. They've seen me progress. This dumb drunk kid in the cheap seats has moved all the way down. Now he's on the field.
It's an episodic.
Yeah.
It's progressing over for 4 quarters.
We're in talks with Netflix right now.
I think so.
It's binge-worthy.
So you're dancing. So he gets you down there, and you think everything's okay and a stamp of approval. This is Sir Purr, for God's sake.
Yeah, it's the mascot.
He's got to have a field pass to give away.
Exactly. He called me out, and I said, okay. I took his invitation. Now I'm dancing. I'm start break dancing. I'm doing the worm on the 5-yard line. All of a sudden, all these cheers turned to boos.
Oh,
and
brother.
I'm thinking, they don't like the worm.
The worm, yeah. Execution may have been lacking, but it turns out
the cops did not see the invitation of Sir Purr. So they were booing the cops who were running onto the field behind me to arrest me.
Oh, brother.
Because we didn't know Sir Purr did not have the authority to invite people onto the field.
Wow. Up in Wisconsin, if you arrest everybody who is dancing drunk on the field, there's only going to be about 40 people left in the stands. Yeah. They had a guy. Here's the unknown foreshadow of your incident at University of Wisconsin football games back when they were horrible. They had a guy who ran down one day drunk.
Yeah.
Of course. As I like to say, alcohol may have been involved. And
Yes.
he ran out of the stands. The pom-pom squad was doing their sultry, sexy dance to a slow drum beat provided by the pep band. And he ran out. And, he was a plumber, it turns out. So he had a bit of a gut and a bit of a butt.
That happens.
He knew the routine. Exactly. Down cold. And they almost tried to drag him off. And then the crowd went nuts. They let him do it, and then he became a staple, and his name was the Portage Plumber from Portage, Wisconsin, and they would let him go down every time. Now, that's how you handle a Johnny Reap Dancing Fest.
Thank you. Hello, Panther organization. Write this down. This is how you handle that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the crowd loved it.
Turned into a PR bonanza for Badger football.
There's actually a videotape of mine where the cops timed it perfect. They waited for my butt to get to the peak of the worm.
Oh, and they got underneath you.
It's a full-on apex, and it's a full-on wedgie. They come up behind me
and just
wait for my butt to get to the top, so they have to bend over. And it's like, Rip! I'm on my tippy toes. March me 99 yards to the other end zone. Crowd was booing the cops.
Wow. Well, something.
I blame Sir Purr to this day.
I would blame Sir Purr. And listen, in their defense, the cops have executed the crotch maneuver probably thousands of times in the Carolinas.
It was clockwork. I mean, it was like he sat there and waited for my butt to get to the apex of the worm.
Yeah. Do you know how much they save in stun guns just knowing that move? Just now, wait, grab him now.
Give it a second. Got go. Yes.
The nuts come up right there. Hey, that tip brought to you by Porn on the Cob, Iowa's #1 adult store, NC State Wolfpack.
Woo!
You went there. You graduated.
Somehow.
Yeah,
I got a 4-year degree in just under 7 years.
Hey, that's not a bad plan.
No, I wasn't in a hurry at all.
No,
I was having a blast.
College is about more than the books. It should be.
100%. Yes, it is.
Gotta be. So now, first of all, born and raised in Hickory, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a great name, Hickory.
Hickory.
You probably knew how to build a sofa by the age of 6. Is that the furniture belt around there?
Chet, you know your stuff.
I know my stuff. I've done a lot of events there.
Yeah. You have in Hickory.
Yeah, yeah.
Hickory's kind of famous. You're right. It was once the furniture capital of the world, home to Winston Cup champion Bill Jarrett and the pig from Green Acres.
Yeah, and the camouflaged woodsman competition, which is what I called. Took 3 days because they couldn't find anybody. They're good down. They're good down.
I want to do it again, but no one enrolls. Or at least they're there. They can't find them. That's right.
Yeah, right. They're signing up. They don't know where they're coming from.
Right. Where are these signatures coming out of?
So Hickory, you're born and raised there, and now you're back there, right?
I
close
am.
to it, kind of that area.
Yeah, moved back home. Yeah, I was out here for 18 years.
Oh, brother, out in California.
Yeah, in Studio City, not far.
That'll rub you wrong.
Well, good sushi. I do enjoy that.
Yeah, and you got you got some good traction on the career.
It was fine. It was up and down. It was odd for me living out here and sounding like this accent. Sometimes I found it useful. Sometimes it just was in the way.
Yeah. But here's a piece of advice.
Yes, sir.
When you're back out here again, I appreciate you calling me, sir. That's maybe the first or second time that's happened the entire history of the podcast.
Well, Chet, I mean, come on.
Well, I appreciate that thing. I mean, I am the voice of international speed fishing. So, and I believe that deserves some respect. Incidentally, that's a combination of speed skating and ice fishing.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. It's not like the bass fishing.
I didn't see the skating
where they yank them out as fast as they can. No, this is a team event,
right?
And they skate around the ice fishing hole,
and it creates the hole.
It can create a larger hole.
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's part of the strategy.
I like it.
Norway has it down cold. Japanese though, they're coming up. If you just think before you talk out here with a southern accent, then I think they think you know what you're talking about. It's almost spiritual.
Right. Like I got some sage advice.
If they go, hey, which of these 3 bad sitcoms should we renew? And if you don't just jump in, if you go, yeah,
I liked Roseanne.
Boom, and then just stop, like 3-word sentences. Then everybody they go, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about.
He knows his business.
Yeah, he's got instincts.
It was fun having this. Like I said, it does get in the way sometimes. So people hear this, they don't expect you to. Let's just say this. You're never going to hear, welcome to Harvard.
Yeah, that's true.
Regular teacher didn't make it in today. I'm the substitution teacher. Left us a note on the board. Right. E equals Mc2. Write it down.
Let's go. This is quantum mechanics.
So I do understand how this sounds. But it was fun to mess with people sometimes.
Now, you started with those, probably the first big break was the Hemi commercial, the Dodge Hemi commercial.
Yes, sir. Yes.
That's ridiculous. That ran like 4 or 5 years.
It did.
Ooh, I'd like a gig like that.
Well, if you'd like, I'd give you a quick rundown of all of them. They're only 30-second commercials. I can do all of them real quick.
Sure.
Hey, that thing got a Hemi? You about to find out. Come on, man, floor it. Get me closer. I smell a Hemi. Well, that can't be good. Sweet. All 6 of them.
Wow.
Bought me a condo.
That's impressive. That's impressive. And a tribute to the Dodge Hemi, and whom, quite frankly, we have not heard much from since that campaign.
Thank you.
They should bring it back.
I think they should bring it back. Everything's retro now. Everything's making a comeback.
Yeah.
In fact, what about this? The guy from the Can You Hear Me Now guy from
Now
who went to Verizon, went to Sprint.
Yeah, you did this bit on your show, Hickory
Live.
Hickory Live's on YouTube, on your YouTube channel, right?
That's right.
I saw this really funny. Explain it for the people because I
Real
cannot.
simple. I figured if that guy, Can You Hear Me Now guy, can move companies, who went from Verizon to Sprint, how come the Dodge That thing got a Hemi guy. Why can't I move on? So what I did was, what would that look like? Now it's a Prius commercial.
Yeah.
So now you got the Hemi guy. He's a little bit more sophisticated. He's grown up. He's a little white collar.
He went to community college.
He went to possibly graduated. We don't know. Maybe he's on his way there now.
Sure, who knows?
But he's in his Prius.
He's driving the Prius, right?
He's in a Prius at a stoplight. And then right next to him come these two redneck guys, and they're in a big old monster truck looking. Yeah, it's an old Dodge Ram, the big truck. And they look down on him and they go, "What is that, a hybrid?" And I go, yeah, it's a hybrid. And then the light turns green and we floor it, but they run out of gas.
Like right there, boom.
And I keep going.
You keep going at a nice, safe 23 miles an hour.
And I just slowly look at them as I pull off quietly as you hear NPR playing in the background.
And fast enough, however, to outrun the 22 they're trying to get out of the gun rack.
Yeah, that's right.
I love that Hickory Live. Where do people see that? YouTube, your YouTube channel, right?
Hickory Live, yeah. Well, it's a pilot that we shot. When I moved back to Hickory, I thought, like, well, what can I do here? So I figured I'd make a Tonight Show in Hickory. It's a scaled down Tonight Show.
You know, it reminded me a little bit of tonally.
Yes.
And I don't often say that word.
Tonally?
Yeah,
one of my favorite R&B groups.
Sure, Tonal B. Tonally.
Well, Tony was one, and then you had Tone Loke.
They cut it down to
Tonally.
just...
Yeah, Tonally was... Yeah.
Those were the five white kids a cappella. Yeah. The Tonally. Yeah.
They were great. I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, well, they weren't really singing in tune. They went to their ear a lot. You know, when you put your finger in your ear to sing a little more in tune?
Yes.
Too late. By then, it's too late.
It's over.
You're out of tune. Yeah. Somebody else will start singing out of tune out of the four of you dressed like nutballs, so you can't do that. But it reminded me a little bit of Fernwood Tonight. Remember that with Martin Mull and Fred Willard?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I'm going to be frank, a little bit of hee-haw in there.
A little bit.
In a good way.
It's okay.
People don't understand.
Number one.
There's a long tradition of a character-generated comedy, Southern comedy.
Sure.
Minnie Pearl, Tennessee Ernie Ford, boom, all the way up through Junior Samples, and then bang into Larry the Cable Guy, pow, right up to Johnny Reap's
That's right.
Hickory Tonight.
We figured,
Hickory
you know what,
Live.
New York, L.A. overrepresented.
Yes.
Hickory, it's our turn. All right, well, we're tired of the furniture stuff. We want entertainment.
Right. That's a 14-hour day in those furniture factories. I don't care.
So that's what I come out to a bluegrass band. I got cloggers. I got my announcer, Tim Sherrill's old redneck guy, sits in a recliner. He's got an Apple II computer, checks the Facebook Live questions.
And also, then, when he's not checking Facebook Live, let's be honest, it's 2019, he's checking his investment portfolio.
Yes.
That's what he's doing. He's not as redneck as he likes to pretend.
He's acting.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Acting.
Yes. Entertainment. Hickory. Same thing.
Now listen, you got the logo on your hat too. You got this super cool R.
Yes, sir.
That I would. It's yours.
It's a JR. It's an old English font, a J and an R pushed together, sharing one spine.
That's impressive. I thought it was the Raleigh Red Bellies of the Single A Coastal League. Maybe that, but no, that's beautiful. So where'd you come up with that?
Well, my brother's name's Jason. My name's John. That's
the kid who's got the brains in the family.
That's true. Yeah,
civil engineer, designing bridges and buildings and
You're
things.
You're exactly right. Smart guy. He's addicted to the gym. I don't like it, Chet.
He's gym?
Yes. Not a guy. The place that...
I got you.
Yeah, GYM.
Yeah.
He's in there. He's
That's
in there.
Smart to spell things for my listeners at this point.
But, yeah, so we, as kids, we thought, we came up with our stupid little initial logo, and I put it on a hat, and I created my own fake baseball team. It's the Junior League.
Junior League?
Yeah, just because I don't play baseball. I'm not good at baseball, but I want people to think that I might be athletic.
Sure.
So it gives the illusion of athleticism.
Yes.
And
nowadays, everything's about illusion.
Yeah.
So, I'd say.
Well, a girl looks at this guy. I got the red mullet. There's a ginger with a mullet on every team. So I'm that guy.
That's like that's like your ringer.
Right, yeah. That's
ginger ringer.
I got that part. But if you get this hat, you could be like a third baseman. You could, if you're a tall guy, we'll put you at first base. But we all walk in together at a bar, and a girl looks at, look at that guy. Yeah. They look like baseball players.
So you don't even have to play ball.
No, we never play a game.
See how far you can push this. Yeah. I'm telling you, just create an entire league.
Yeah. And, I see.
Yeah, but the fictitious.
Yes.
And then just unis and hats,
We'll get unis.
and maybe even post scores and box scores online somewhere.
Oh, we'll get a fake well. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, the Red Bellies lost tonight 4-3.
Coming
To
up
the,
next, the Hickory Crawdads.
Asheville Asses. Man, they got a pitching staff. See how far you can take it.
Yeah.
And then just walk into the bars and see if you can keep
Only
scoring.
if you do the highlights.
I'd love
We'll
to.
have the fake games that we have.
I'd love to. Plus, each team has a ginger.
Yes, of
which
course.
evens it out. That's the fairness quotient. And then the thing about the gingers, they often have the green eyes too.
Or blue.
Yeah, blue green.
Yep.
Which is like seeing women like that, regardless of shape of body.
Yes.
Because here's my theory.
Okay.
And then you tell me yours. My theory is they've always wanted to make love to a wolf. And this comes as close as they can. It's sort of a reddish brown hair.
Oh, yeah.
And then the crazy wolf eyes.
Crazy like a fox.
Yeah, there you go. Tying back into the crazy person at the University of Colorado running the bull out there.
That's right.
So, yeah.
Foxes are mostly ginger, though.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's the same animal, wolf, fox. I'm pretty much. I'm keeping it in the canine
Sure.
family.
Exactly. What do you want from us, for God's sake?
Yeah, calm down. Pump the brakes.
Come on. This is about as scientific as we've ever gotten. You're pounding the clubs. You're like a touring pro.
Yes, sir.
And now did Ginger Pain, which is your latest album, what'd that come out of? What inspired that?
Well, I just wanted some clickbait, to be honest with you. And I figured if I just said,
I appreciate the honesty. We got about 7 more minutes to fill, but other than that, I'm fine.
I figured, like, if I just said, hey, here's John Reap's new album, no one's going to look at that. But if I created an album cover that, and
cool.
I'm a huge fan of Prince.
Yeah.
And I actually have a bit about Prince in my act. And I thought, well, Ginger Pain sounds like Purple Rain. I'll just recreate that album cover. Now it's me on the motorcycle with the red curly hair, and instead of everything purple, it's ginger. So it started with that. But I also do have bits about being a ginger.
Yeah. and then you made it so that it's clearly obvious photoshopping.
Yeah, right.
Like you didn't try to blend it in or anything. You just went, all right.
Yeah, my head is like 8 sizes bigger than Prince's body.
We're living in Hickory. It's a joke. Get it, folks?
Thank you. Yes. Well, what's funny is we used his actual body. Right?
Yeah.
And my head, and he was a tiny man, so we didn't have to do any kind of resizing.
No, that's right. You just slapped your actual size
that's
head.
my size of my head, and that's the size of his body.
Yeah, it had a definite ventriloquist dummy effect.
Yeah, totally.
It was pretty strong. Now, people can get this anywhere, right? I mean,
anywhere
literally
music is streaming.
Yeah.
I mean, I think however they're listening to this podcast, there's whatever platform they're listening, Apple Music, whatever it is.
Jump on it.
Bam! Ginger Pain. Type in the word ginger, spacebar, the word pain.
You're all over the road. You're starting to slide into some theaters in certain certain cities.
Yes.
And I love that move. I love that Brian Regan, sort of Bill Burr, pounded out Gabriel Iglesias, Kathleen Madigan. Just go, because in this day and age, out in show business now, they look at you and go, hey, we don't have any money, but if you got a show, we'll run it for a year, and if we like it, then we'll pay you.
I hope.
So that's kind of the way, just like the rock bands now.
Right.
They're going back to the road. That's where the big money is.
That's the only money for me, unfortunately, is just doing the road.
That's the only money.
That's what it is. I have a podcast. It's called Fried.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any money. I have zero sponsors. I do it just because I feel like I have to as a comedian. If I don't have one, then I ain't trying hard enough. So I've got one. This album, I haven't seen any money on that. But I know for sure when I go to a comedy club or a theater, I'm going to get a paycheck. So
man, that's brilliant.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Theaters are way more fun. And then Brian Regan he's the role model. That's the guy.
Yeah. That's the guy.
That's the guy. He's my number one favorite comedian.
Slow step by step.
Yep.
Boom. Pretty soon you're playing those theaters. That's great, man.
Yeah.
What's your favorite city to play in? No, everybody listening, they're all favorite cities for John.
Yeah, that's right.
But let's go favorite food in a city.
Favorite food?
Favorite food city that you've worked.
Ooh, favorite food. Oh, well, my goodness. Let's see. Nashville.
Ooh.
Nashville.
You like the Nashville fried chicken?
I like the fried chicken. They got the fried chicken.
They got what is that? Hot or something? What do they do to it?
Hot chicken.
Is it?
Yeah, that's a place. It's a restaurant.
That's
yeah.
a restaurant.
I swear to God, it's just called Hot Chicken.
They don't even need names.
It's right next to Hot Cock.
People down there. Wait a second. Hey, what kind of neighborhood is this?
But they got
That's the
good
dark
barbecue.
eating,
I like the barbecue.
Oh yeah, killer.
Yeah, you like barbecue?
I like Kansas City barbecue.
I was just in Kansas
Gates
City.
and Sons, and then Arthur Bryant's was my favorite.
What do you like? So there's one style. There's another style in North Carolina. It's more of a vinegar mustardy type base. Have you ever had good? So it's easy to mess that one up. Have you had
The
that?
only time that I will even whiff
Yeah.
vinegar is
no.
if it's in North Carolina barbecue sauce.
Oh, there you
Because
go.
there's enough other things in there
Yeah.
that
Right.
it serves its purpose, which I believe is to strip off the coating of the meat and then allow the actual seasoning to get inside.
There you go.
That's what because vinegar, people put in their salads, also a cleaning element.
Right.
Yeah,
you
I
could-
don't understand how those are.
I don't get it either.
Yeah. You
But
don't
that's
go in
how
and
good
go,
it is.
"Hey, could I have some grated Parmesan cheese? No, wait. Do you have any Bon Ami? Nobody does that.
I need some flavor, and I need to clean my toilet.
Yeah. My teeth
There's a
need
ring around my
whitening.
toilet.
But I got to
good.
get down to Hickory for some good Hickory smoked vinegar.
They got
based-
good barbecue. In fact, this Hickory Live show was filmed in a barbecue restaurant called Sim's Barbecue.
Well, they owe you for life.
Yes, I agree.
And now where you got to get this on the air? Are you shopping it? As they say?
Yes, we're shopping it around. We got on the website it's like a highlight reel, like a 3-minute version, but we got a 22-minute version.
Wow.
And we got a 12 minutes version.
Sure,
for the
you covered
pitch
all the
meetings
bases.
and
Yeah, yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
So that's the next step.
Did you have local guests, or did you get anybody?
We
through
got
town?
Brad Paisley to Skype in.
My goodness.
Yep, we got Michael Waltrip, NASCAR guy, to
Sure.
Skype in. We got
Yeah.
John Rich from
His,
Big and Rich.
Was his dad, Daryl Waltrip? Or was
Yeah,
that
well,
his brother?
his brother.
Daryl Waltrip.
Yeah.
Bit of a hothead.
Bit of a
that
hothead.
guy, yeah.
Low key until he gets angry.
Yeah, well, he always gets angry for a reason.
Yeah.
He's not one of those guys who
No,
just
he
flies
doesn't
off and-
fly for no reason.
Yeah, he doesn't just
There's
throw
no
his
unannounced
helmet at you
punches.
for no reason. You're trying
Right.
You're trying to finish 17th, and all of
Yeah.
a sudden the helmet's in your windshield. No, he waits until you've done something like bump the wrong guy, and then,
Right.
and then he'll go at it.
And I think they should.
So the
bring that
guys
back.
from Big and Rich, they
Big and Rich, John Rich was
So
on.
this is a hell of a show.
Yeah, they Skyped in, and I had my one of my high school football coaches on there.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, it was great to see him. Nelson Watts, also the geometry teacher. Happy I used the word apex. He's like, he remembers something. And then I
He
had
pulled something from it, even though it was in a bit about
yeah.
trying to get your pants off when you're too drunk.
Yes. And then I had an old English teacher on the show, and
Like Old English? Like a whole
yeah, the malt
Wow,
liquor. Yes.
Man, that's a whole other class.
Yeah, you didn't know the malt liquor had teachers.
That's the way they
Someone's
teach
got to
it.
show you how to make the malt liquor.
I might have to go to public school in North Carolina. They're teaching Old English.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Old English.
That's great. So you had them all. That sounds like fun. Did
Yeah.
you do an hour?
Yeah,
Hour show?
we did 3 hours, but we had a lot of it's just boring stuff, so we
Sure,
cut it
yeah,
down.
yeah.
We cut it down to an hour, but yeah, we're hoping to. We're shopping it around. Comedy Central, Netflix, whoever
listen, I'm
will
not
take
a,
a meeting with us.
I'm not a showbiz guy, but maybe that's CMT.
CMT is actually. That's where we're thinking it might go. Or maybe even TBS at night. But CMT does not have a late night talk show. But CMT also has an identity crisis. It really doesn't know what it wants to be.
Well, it's trying to brand itself.
It's like, do I want to be MTV or do I
Yeah.
want to be old school country? Old school country's dead. We want
Right.
to do the pop. It's
I'm
all over the
telling
map.
You know what they should run? Your Hickory
Yes.
Live.
Yes.
And Are You Faster Than a Redneck?
Oh.
You've done some sports announcing. You can't fool me.
Oh, you're good.
I heard it off the grapevine. You worked with the great Ken Squires on that one.
Ken Squire wanted to choke me.
I bet. Those guys, those old school straight ahead play-by-play
Yeah.
guys, they are
Oh.
not used to the occasional one-liner.
yeah. I was. That was fun. We shot about 13 episodes in 3 days.
This is where redneck guys
Oh,
with hot
yeah.
muscle cars
That's right. So the idea
race. I don't know where the other people come from. I don't know if you just
all
if
over
you
the globe.
You just drag them off a boat that's coming in from France. If they have any background at all, they don't even have statistics up.
No.
They just look slightly swarthy,
Yes.
and then you have white guys beat them.
That's right.
What you, pretty much.
Well, we had our stable of redneck dudes. Those guys had they loved the domestic muscle cars. And then we would challenge these other guys with foreign cars.
Yeah. Porsches
to like a road, like
BMWs,
a door-to-door race.
Yeah.
You know,
right.
So they were afraid to mess it up. These redneck guys, they didn't care if they rubbed a little bit.
Right? No, because
that was part of it.
Because Uncle Bubba's got the paint shop.
Yeah, we'll
Down
fix
near
it right
the tracks,
up.
fix that baby right up.
Just pull over. I got you. I got a can right here in my pocket.
Wow, that advice
It's
brought
got
to you by
vinegar in it.
Gorgonzola, the cheese made from cactus milk. That's the trick. That's the trick to good body work. Vinegar. That's why you probably shouldn't have it in your salad. Listen to me. That would be a great late night for CMT, which a lot of people don't remember is country music television.
Right. Yeah. They need a reminder.
Yeah, they've out-branded themselves. They kind of branded themselves out of a brand.
They did.
Yeah, they got a brand.
They don't even say country music television. They just
No.
simply say CMT.
Yeah, pretty soon everything's just going to be initials and numbers.
Yeah, just it's ones and zeros.
Where are you?
The Matrix.
Yeah, my show's on 8. At 8? No, it's on 8.
It's called 8 at 8.
7.
That's right.
I got a bona fide big-time touring comedian with me. Time for Advice Corner. Actual takeaway from the great Johnny Reap, one of the best touring comedians out there. I'm going to ask you some regular questions.
Yes.
As there might be some people out there listening for real advice. Let's see what we get.
Okay.
Give me your best travel tip.
Best travel
You
tip.
do a lot of travel.
I do. I mean, I basically.
How often are you on the road? Like 7?
How many weeks are there in a year?
Wow, 50.
Then I'm probably 32.
Wow.
32 weeks.
You take a little time off, but most of the time you're on a road.
I'm gone all the time. I mean, I was just in Kansas City. I'm here now. Then I'm going to Dayton. Then I go to Florida. It's all over the map. Literally, it's all over the map. But I am like George Clooney in that movie Up in the Air. I fly a lot. And I'm also a huge alcoholic. So I have a great tip.
Good combo.
If you yeah, it helps.
If you're not the pilot. But other than that, good combo.
Here's how you order beer if you're in coach, okay? You're in coach. Now, this doesn't apply to Chet, obviously.
No, are you
mostly
kidding
not
me?
me. We get bumped up a lot.
I don't have the money for a beer in coach.
Right. That's true. Sometimes it's just cheaper to get the first class ticket.
Yeah, it is.
So here's what you do. When you order a beer, you order 2 immediately. Because it's going to take forever for them to make that run back to get yours. You'll be done with that beer and want your second one, and they're like they got so much to do.
Yeah, so order 2 right off the top.
Order 2 right away. Then you order 2 with a cup of ice. Now you're thinking, John, I'm not pouring my beer on ice. That's rookie. That's not what I'm saying. What you do is you get the barf bag in front of you. The barf bag in front of you in the seat back pocket is waterproof.
Ooh.
It's made for barf. You put ice in that. Then you put the beer on that, roll it up, let it sit there.
Keep the
enjoy
second
your
one
first.
cool.
Yes!
Wow. 2 off the top.
You have a cooler in the seat back in front of you. Use it.
2 off the top with a nice chaser. That is one heck of a tip. Hotel safety tip.
Hotel safety.
Or you know what? Hotel any tip. What do you like to do when you first get in a room?
Right away, well, what I do as soon as I check in, I want to know what free stuff they have to offer.
Uh-huh.
So you go
another good move.
You just go, you know what? I forgot my toothpaste. You guys don't have any. Yes! Boom, you get a tiny tube.
Oh,
you know how many
man.
tiny tubes of toothpaste I have?
Oh, man, yeah, that's
742.
Talk about a waste of packaging.
Yeah. Well, sometimes they give you the little ketchup strip-looking little pouches.
Really? For toothpaste?
They've caught on to people like me.
Oh,
and they go, yeah, here.
See, another blurring of the line
Yes.
between cleansing items and food items.
Yeah, that's right. And ketchup has vinegar in it.
It's oh, brother.
I bet you toothpaste does.
It's a conspiracy. I think we've uncovered something here. We've done good work.
Yes.
So you get as much free stuff at the counter as
Get
you
as
can
much
before you-
a razor, toothpaste, a comb, whatever
Wow.
you do.
You try for a polo shirt?
Sometimes I haven't done that, but I found one. I
found a polo
found
shirt?
like 3 polo shirts at indoor pools.
Oh, that's perfect.
They're kids' shirts, but I have them.
That's tip 2B. Tip 2 is you get everything free you can. Tip 2B, on your way to your room, walk through the pool, there's a free shirt.
There's a goggles in there. There's a free shirt. There might be flippers.
And if the kid's underwater, hey, you learn lessons the hard way, kid. All right, good thing to keep in mind when you're growing as a performer. Like your early stuff had a certain style. You had the cute kind of cherubic thing. Now I think you've matured into the ginger pain stuff has got a little more edge to, a little more attitude. Your dad, stuff like that. Right. So I think some guys worry about that. Maybe
Yeah. I started thinking, and the industry's changed. It used to be you pretty much had to be clean if you wanted to get on television at all.
Yeah.
Well, back when we started.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now, it doesn't matter. There's 1,000 channels. There's streaming stuff. So I don't have to worry about being as clean as I once did. So it opens up the door for me to do things I've always wanted to talk about, but never thought I could because it would be useless.
Right.
Except for the club. So now I get to talk about my dick.
Wow. Well, a lot of guys feel very strongly about their wieners.
Well, that's how it starts. When you're a kid, like, hey, what is this thing?
It motivates us.
Yeah.
It's kind of
but then you're like, well, that's beneath me. I can't do dick jokes. Don't do those. Yeah, and I didn't for a long time.
Right, but now if you feel it, what you're saying is if you feel it, do it. I don't mean your wiener. I mean if you
do that.
You know what I'm saying.
In the hotel room.
Oh, there you go.
That's another tip.
Maybe exactly.
Rub one out immediately.
Not the pool.
Not the pool.
No, the hotel room. Okay, quick acting tip because you're pretty good. You've been on lots of shows. That one Mississippi thing and
one Mississippi, Blackish. I was on a movie Harold and Kumar Escape Guantanamo Bay. Lots of random stuff.
Yeah, fun character in that.
I try to look at the other actors. Sometimes I got when I did Eastbound and Down for HBO,
which is crazy with Danny McBride.
I was really intimidated because I love that show, and I was like. So I would find a way not to be intimidated if that's possible at all. Really try to humanize them so you can have a real one-on-one and not because it will ruin your vibe if you're looking up too much. Yeah, you don't look at them as an equal. So when I did Harold and Kumar, I was like, I don't know who these guys are. I've never heard of John Cho before or Cal Penn.
Right.
I'm funnier than those dudes, and the scene looked great. But then when I'm on Eastbound and Down, I'm like, oh hey, it's good to be here. I hope that this goes really swell.
You got to suck it up and play at their level.
Yeah.
If you're in the majors, you got to play Major League Ball.
You got to swing for the fences.
That's right, man. How do you shut down? This is the last question. That's a stand-up related question.
Okay.
For a guy from the South who's worked a lot of clubs all over, but it gets great traction down south. How do you shut down a fan when they're pushing that good old boy thing a little too far? Especially after the show.
Yeah.
When you're at the bar.
Oh yeah.
And they think they can just go.
They're very handsy. They like to grab you. They're very like that.
That's trouble.
Yes. I mean, that is. And I'm not a big guy. A lot of these dudes are gigantic people.
Yeah.
And they got, their hands are like catcher's mitts. And they love to just put them on your shoulder and go, man, I tell you, or hit you sometimes.
Wow.
I don't know how you shut that down. The only thing you do is just, what I do is I'll go, you want to take a picture, man? Because that's what they want eventually. They want the picture or they want to drink with you. And I go like, dude, let's take a picture. And he'll go, yeah. As he's reaching for his phone, I go, hang on 1 second. And then I go home.
I like it.
So he thinks I'm coming back.
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
So
that way it's not, where are you going? It's like, oh, he's obviously coming back.
Down south, people are always saying that because they need to go get something.
Got to go get something.
Yeah, they forgot the Jell-O mold in the trunk or something.
Yeah.
So hang on a sec is a legitimate conversation.
And it pauses them. It's like hitting a deer with the headlights. It just freezes.
It freezes them.
And you're like, then you can walk around the room. You can take your time.
Even then somebody else gives them a drink. And at that point, they've forgotten about you. They forgot who they even saw.
They've moved on.
I love that. That Advice Corner brought to you by Yo-Yo Tires. If you get stuck, just pull the string. Now, it's time for the Fiery Four. The Fiery Four. Oh, the great John Reep here. John, these are sports takes hotter than the back tires of the Childress Boys Mustangs. That's an insider there, baby.
Yeah!
Fire number one. How come the Lumberjack games aren't in the Olympics? I love the Lumberjack games.
Are they not?
Yeah, they're not.
I haven't watched them recently. They need to be.
Yeah.
Lumberjack games.
With the two-man song.
I mean, think that's its own Olympics, really.
It is.
It ain't just one thing.
Yeah, I think you'd lose a lot of teams. A lot of, I think you'd lose a lot of countries.
Yeah.
But I think you could gain some, too.
Yeah.
The tiny mountainous nation of Liechtenstein, I think they'd come in heavy on the
They've
lumberjack
been
games.
overlooked for years.
Yeah, they really have.
Yeah.
Not now. I'd get them in. Fire number 2! I'm keeping the same group here. How come bass fishing isn't in the Olympics? Because it's almost as damn near as big as NASCAR now.
That's right. It is. It's got its own store. Bass Pro Shops.
Yeah,
I mean, the stores are as big as malls.
Crazy. It's crazy in there.
Yeah, they're leaving money on the table.
Yeah, you have to camp out for real in there some nights.
Yeah, I've gotten lost in there and used their own GPS section to get myself out.
Yeah, sure. They got a whole compass section can help get you out of the store.
Yeah, it was a great 3 days.
Have you been bass fishing yourself?
No, I'm not a fishing guy.
You're not a fishing
No,
guy.
I get that a lot, though, because they
you
do
look
that a lot. Yes, I look and sound like the fishing guy. I found it very boring. Noodling's a big one. Have you heard of noodling?
No, I have not.
That's when people go underwater and they stick their hands in like these holes. And
like
caves
for
and stuff.
for the carp.
Yeah,
and
well,
the
they use their
catfish.
finger as like a fake worm, and a gigantic fish will clamp down on their arm, and they just pull it out like that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
watched that for a long time.
I'm going to say right now, NBC Sports, that's going to pick up the ratings for the Olympics.
Right.
If you just cut,
it's 2 hours of someone just with their hand in a log.
Absolutely, gymnastics cut right from the vault to noodling. I think your numbers go straight up. Fire number 3. Can the Carolina Hurricanes get to the Stanley Cup and win it?
Well, they've won it before.
Yeah,
It's possible.
It's possible.
Sad
They're
news
playing
is
gutty though.
They're doing really well.
Yeah.
For the highlights I've seen. But sad news is when they win, no one will care in North Carolina.
Oh, really?
It's not a big deal.
Hasn't
Although
caught on.
it is now that they're in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And that people go and it's entertaining. They go, oh, look at that. I wish we had ice all the time. But, it's not cold enough to have frozen ponds for us to practice hockey
that's true.
on. See?
That's true. You don't get much practice. They're very expensive, the indoor rinks.
Yeah.
And they don't let you order 2 and put 1 on the ice to keep it cold at a hockey game. Yeah,
They're
don't
afraid
let you
you'll steal their ice.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, fire number 4. What'll it take for NASCAR to shift into a wider audience? Ooh, that's a legit question. Where'd that come from?
Real simple.
Because that's what they're trying to do. Yeah. Go
Real
ahead.
simple. They need to embrace, like hockey has embraced fighting. They need to embrace fighting. Now, what do NASCAR fans love? They also love wrestling,
Ooh.
So what you do is anytime there's a caution lap, see 2 people, they get upset about it, rubbing's right. They want to fight about it. Pull over. Now we've got a rink set up in the infield. Do you get out of the car? You go into the rink. It's wrestling.
Yeah, and it's those 2 guys.
Those two
drivers,
guys.
And everybody else is under the caution
They're
flag.
still just cautioning.
Maybe a monitor in their car so they can watch the wrestling.
Yeah, I like it. And then
this
think
is
about
brilliant.
it. You're embracing the fighting. You bring in wrestling and NASCAR together, ratings will go exponentially.
Wow, just in this Fiery 4, we have figured out 80% of the Olympics when Charlotte hosts it.
Yes.
Exactly. That Fiery 4 brought to you by Glitter Outta Here, the strip club glitter remover that really works. Now I understand you got a pop quiz for me.
Yes, Chet.
While you're getting it together.
Okay.
Let me let the people know right here that, of course, as part of Podcast One Sportsnet, we are all over in combo with BetOnline.ag, and man, oh man, this month is on fire. NBA playoffs, Kentucky Derby, NHL playoffs, Canelo versus Jacobs, big fight up in Vegas, Major League Baseball, and so much more. Don't miss out on all the action, including, I believe, they've just opened a betting line for noodling. Go to betonline.ag, promo code podcast1 for your 50% sign-up bonus. That's betonline.ag, Podcast One's partner in all things gaming. All right, now we got a little theme song for this. Let's listen to it. Here we go. It's time for John Reap's pop quiz with Chet Waterhouse. Here's the theme song. Boom, pop quiz.
I love it.
Yeah. I know.
Do I go now?
I don't have a single royalty issue with that. Nobody even wants it.
Well, I'm taking it.
BMI told me get the hell out of here. If that pops up on Hickory Live,
It's over.
I'm suing you.
I was recording it this whole
Oh,
time.
damn it. See, I need to know more about technology. I'm getting raped here. All right.
All right, Chet Waterhouse, I have questions for you.
Okay, here's the pop quiz from John Reap. Let's go.
What Carolina Panther player was named to the all-rookie team at wide receiver in 1997?
Steve Smith.
Ray Caruth.
Ray, oh, that's right.
Also murdered his girlfriend and
Yes.
is serving a life sentence. In
Yeah,
jail.
yeah, oh, brother.
Go Panthers.
Yeah, that.
Sir Purr is
Him
not
they
happy
just
with...
let run wild on the field. You they arrest.
Right! Thank you!
Makes no sense.
They gotta get the priorities straight.
All right, I'm 0-1. Damn it, I thought that was a pretty good guess.
It was a great guess. Steve Smith is iconic there. He's
Son of a gun. 0-1 though. Incidentally, I'm 4-59
Oh,
on my pop quiz.
okay.
So I got to get my winning percentage up.
I know you're gonna get one right.
All right.
Okay. What redheaded athlete is a three-time Olympic gold medalist, holds the record for most X Games gold medals and most Olympic gold medals by a snowboarder, and has won 10 ESPY?
Shaun White.
Yes! Chet!
Wow, look
You
at
got
that.
it!
I almost went Rusty Staub.
The Flying Tomato.
Remember the
No.
Mets?
Oh, okay.
He was one of the original Mets.
Oh. Did he snowboard
That's-
as well?
A lot of the Mets fans felt he did on right field. They didn't think he was the
I
fastest.
got it. I thought that was Darryl Strawberry.
No.
It was the whole team, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of years there, the Mets weren't very good. But then they got good. And Rusty stopped great play.
All right. From what town?
Oh, I'm 1-1. This is the rubber
You're
match right
one
here.
and one. How many more do you want?
I don't know. Well, let's play a little bit.
Okay. All right. Let me give you.
No, let's go. Well, we can do 5.
From what town are these professional athletes? Madison Bumgarner, World Series MVP, NASCAR driver Dale Jarrett.
I'm going to just go Hickory.
Yes!
Boom! 2
Boom!
and 1. You know what I should do? I should quit because I won, but I'll go 5.
All right.
You got
Let
a
me
4
do
and a
one.
5?
I'll do one more.
All right.
You will get this. What American city? What American city has woolly mammoth skeletons, a dinosaur discovery museum, and a Southport Light Station museum, which includes exhibits from an 1860s lighthouse keeper's home?
Oh, man. What kind of question is that? I don't know. Charleston, South Carolina?
Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I Googled you.
My hometown, son of a gun. I live in Cheddar Falls now, though, because that's the home of the International Speedfishing Championship.
That's right.
And then I also do the He-Man Jenga, which is that's actually where I'm going to be this weekend. Well, I'll get to that in a second, but I do that, and then I do the Interstate Bare-Handed Culvert Week.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
you do that one?
Yeah.
I've been invited.
Well, look, you got the body for it.
That's right.
Because you can go squiggling in through those weeds.
Yep.
You pull out a refrigerator door and small animals and stuff like that. You'd be good at it.
Sign me up.
I will. Oh, my goodness. That pop quiz brought to you by Fish and Chimps, the seafood restaurant with monkey waiters. My guest today, the hilarious John Reap. Follow John on Twitter at John Reap. Go to johnreap.com for upcoming dates, including Dayton, Ohio, Tampa, Florida. Watch Hickory live on wherever.
HickoryLiveShow.com.
Yeah, there you go. And get out there and buy Ginger Pain on any of the streaming services because it's there. In fact, I think it just blew through here. I felt a win. John Reap, thank you so much.
Thank you,
doing
Chet.
Follow me on Twitter at Chet Waterhouse. Follow my comedian buddy at Real Jeff Cesario. Visit jeffcesario.com for upcoming dates and all kinds of fun stuff. Thanks to you all for listening to me and support my sponsors, TrueCar, Pluto TV, and BetOnline.ag. If you want more of me this weekend, here's what I'm talking about. I'll be in Hickory, North Carolina, calling the He-Man Jenga Tournament, life-size logs, the kerosene pit, and new this year, Termite Tower. This is Chet Waterhouse reminding you to play with pain.
And there you have it, folks. Another awesome, amazing episode of the Fried Pod in the can. That's what they say in show business. It's over. How did you like that? Man, Jeff Cesario. I almost called him Chet Cesario. He's a funny dude. If you want to follow him, go to jeffcesario.com. I'll spell that JEFFCESARIO.com. There's links to Chet Waterhouse stuff. Tell him I sent you, okay? And again, thanks for listening to this one. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share. Sharing is caring. That's all I care about is sharing this. I actually do all of them. Rate, review, subscribe, and share. And thank you for listening. Happy Friday, everybody!